Why are you guys so good in community communications and big AAA companies aren't? Because they pay me way less. No.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, one of the senior developers at 11th Hour Games, held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 93. As always, Mike answered lots of great questions from the community and gave us some teasers about what to expect for 0.91, which is coming May 25th. We're going to jump right into it. People asked him if any updates are coming to the Monolith.
Right. Yeah. There's some little Monolith changes stuff happening. Nothing like groundbreaking or like paradigm altering, but you know, there's a little bit happening.
A little
some
bit
touches
happening.
I've actually teased some of it already on past streams.
I feel like since he's teased it on past streams, that means I have seen it at some point. I have no idea though. Wait, scratch that. I found it. Dev Chat 90. Mike told us this. I'm pretty sure this is what he's talking about as far as what is coming for 0.91. It's a good thing I make all these videos.
This is a test clip for some new camera control systems that we're working on for special events and specific locations, and you know, you won't see this much dynamic camera movement in like most zones and situations. Like, this is a very special situation.
091. Then a few minutes later, Mike gave an answer to another Monolith question. Listen to this.
Any chance of a gamble system for monoliths, like sacrifice a piece of gear to increase difficulty and get a better reward? You know, kinda. Not in the way you're thinking.
He would not say that if there wasn't something coming. How about a little teaser from Judd to Zizarin?
Judd mentioned in his interview with Ziz that he feels a sort of plateau once skills max out at 20.
Yep.
But there are plans to smooth that out and once further progression for skills beyond that. Any specific ideas that could be discussed on the subject? No, I'm surprised he said that. I didn't actually watch that that clip. I'm surprised he mentioned that. But
look at the smile on his face.
Yeah, there's we do have something in the works that will that we do plan to implement that will just taking your word for it that he said this. You could just like shot in the dark, and I'm like, yeah, it's true. Yes, there is a plan to alter the progression curve on skills and how that unlocks and progresses into endgame. We probably don't even need that. I'm not going to use
lots of teasers for this stream.
It's in concept phase still.
Let's talk loot filters.
You planned some minor changes to the loot filters so that we have more specific in the rules. So I think there's room for some expansion of rule sets in the filter. Yes, there's certain things that we've intentionally excluded from the loot filter that I think will continue to be excluded.
People always want legendary potential to be searchable.
I don't have an exact answer to the exact example you gave here, but I would say there's a good chance we will be expanding it in some way that could include what you are looking for. Super vague, right?
Updates coming. Now for this next question, I want to just start by saying that I can openly agree that I am a Last Epoch fanboy, and I normally don't give a lot of criticism. I love the game. I love what the studio is doing with the game, and I think they do a great job. I have feedback, though, for this question. I guess really this answer, okay? Oh, this one drives me nuts.
All right. Hi, I love game. I'm guessing you asked this a lot, maybe, but are there plans for auto looting? No. It would be awesome to have gold materials auto pick. Well, gold is already. And maybe even an option to loot filter to auto pick up certain items. No. Auto picking up items, like loot filter to auto pick up items. No. Materials. We have this debate every few months. It comes up. And there'll be like usually it's on the heels of a large swell of player base growth. Like we'll release some major content. There's a swell in player base. We'll get a ton of people asking for auto picking up materials. We'll take their comments. We'll take the feedback there. We'll have a big meeting specifically about it. We'll discuss it. We'll debate it. We'll come out with our what we want, and we'll sort of go from there. And that's happened. That cycle's happened 3 or 4 times now, I think. Most recently, just after the release of 0.9. I can read you sort of our current statement on the matter. So I'll read this again. I read this a few times, but this is our current statement on the topic. We believe that it is important for the feel of the game loop to have enemies fairly frequently drop items that you want to take an active action to pick up, but which you do not have to take time to inspect to work out whether it's good for you. However, there are times where it feels bad at the moment, especially when it's just one shard. So we're planning to have them drop slightly less frequently and in larger groups on average. We're also planning to add more of a sink for your shards if you don't want, so that it feels less futile to have to pick up shard when you aren't planning to use it and already have hundreds of. So there's some small changes to the system coming that we hope will make it feel better to use in general. And we'll keep looking at feedback after that and see what people think about it.
Later on in the stream, the question is kind of asked again, why do shards, when you pick them up, go to your inventory and then you have to transfer them through your button? And Mike says, I've answered this question, a million times. To give you basically the Cliff Notes version, it's because we treat shards as if they are an item. Okay. In Last Epoch, there's far too much clicking. And I'm somebody that never, literally, you can go look all 63 of my build guides. I have never used the numlock trick. I know EHG does not like it. So for me, I'm clicking all my skills and I'm clicking on tons of shards and tons of items. Now, I feel like the fear is that if shards are auto pickup, it's going to make the game way more zoom, and there's going to be not as many stop points. This is what they need to do. Literally, the entire system can stay the exact same, only shards are picked up like gold, which means you still have to run over them, which means you still have to backtrack, which means you still need to cut left, cut right to actually run over them like gold, and the exact same system can stay exactly as it is. There is way too much clicking in the game. My wrist already hurts, and at them dropping in a larger cluster would be better, but that would mean you still have to click on them. On top of that, if shards are considered items and all items are tradable with the faction system, why are shards not tradable? Because nobody treats them as items. Nobody sees a shard on the ground, picks it up, then opens their inventory, and then looks at the said shard in their inventory. You pick up all your shards, and then you hit the transfer button, and then when you need to craft, you look to see what you have. Or you hunt for certain shards that drop on gear, and then you shatter them. I don't know why EHG will not update this feature. Shards pick up just like gold. Nothing changes other than it's fewer clicks. It would be a world of difference. And Mike just admitted that every single time there is a swell in player base, the community says they want this. That means, he said 3 or 4 times, which means literally every single time there has been a jump in growth, that new player base is saying the exact same thing. Moving on to MTX. When?
Have a timeline for when MTX will be added. Only asks, I would 100% buy some sick looking gear. As far as I'm aware, the plan is to put it in next patch. There's one big bug that we're still working on. And as soon as that gets over the finish line, should be good to go. It's so frustrating, right? I need to just tell you what it is. Right now, when you buy Epoch points or cosmetic coins, whatever we're calling them now, they're like the thing you use to buy actual MTX in the store. When you buy the currency, it doesn't update that you've bought the currency in the game until you either restart the game or buy something else. It's quite frustrating.
Now, I support EHG. Obviously, I think close to 400 videos on YouTube at this point and streaming. Once the MTX shop drops, I get to start my new video series, Last Epoch Fashion Show, where I will show you what the MTX looks like on each different class. Something coming for 0.91.
Any campaign boss changes for 0.91 that make them actually a challenge and do damage? Yes, there's at least one campaign boss that's getting a complete and massive rework in every way.
In every way. Now, lately, I've been getting lots of comments. Aaron, why do you call them leaks? I don't think you know what a leak is. These are more teasers or previews, which is true. Listen to this.
Yeah, let's get a leak. My leaks are so limited today that, I gotta save them a little bit,
Hmm?
Yeah, here's a cool something. What's that? You might find it related to something that was spoiled a couple weeks ago.
Ooh, what that?
Any chance upcoming skills or uniques will reward odd combinations of exalted items that are otherwise bad together. Skills with...
I'm going to pause for a second and remove my camera so I'm not here blocking these glorious wings. Mike answers a lot of good questions in a row while this leak is up.
Is a good example, or like how old Werebear Tree turned T7 spell damage staff with plus melee crit into something really useful and unique. Nothing specific like that I can think of. But I do really like that was a thing and could continue to be a thing. All right, can we get a small UI prompt when we leave something in the forge? Not that I've ever done that. I don't see why not. Go leave a comment on our suggestions forum, please. Hey, Mike, hope you and your team are well. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Enjoying life. Having a good time. Will we have an event mode or something along the lines of the old solo mode? Not being able to speed run in online or organize events easily kind of killed the hype for 0.9 for me. Like a character found mode. Yes. I don't know when we're gonna look at something like that. We had to, in order for the file saving system to structure itself nicely as multiplayer launched, have the time to get in what we need to get in. Our choices were change the. Also, just for the record, the offline still has that, but I know it's hard to run events offline. Our options were change the solo self-found into a way that it shares a stash with all other solo self-found characters, or remove solo self-found from the game. Those were our two options. I hope you appreciate the option we picked.
New skill. We've kind of heard about this in the past.
Interview on Ziz's channel. I mentioned that the Primalist Ice Storms is going away. Yes, we've been saying that for years, though, so that's not new info. What skill will be replaced with? What skill will it be replaced with? Just the idea of a new skill, if possible. Yeah, so it's not happening this patch. It will be replaced. I don't know if I can say the name of the skill. There's a new skill coming to replace it. It's kind of gonna simultaneously be replacing Tempest Strike and Ice Thorns at the same time in a weird way. And there's a bit of a shuffle that's happening. But yeah, there's a new skill coming there. I can't talk about it though. I'm pretty sure it's a melee. Well, it's kind of a melee skill. There's no info on it yet. Sorry.
All right, we have come to our final question and answer for Dev Chat 93. Mike, as always, thank you for continuing these Friday live streams. The community truly appreciates it. Everybody out there, 0.91 coming May 25th. I'm so excited. I already got a couple of days off work, and we're thinking maybe a 24-hour stream. Certainly, we're going to do another treasure hunt race like we did for my unique item, Aaron's Will. So check out the Discord. Please like and subscribe if you think I've earned it. And check out my Patreon. It is the best way to support moving into the future. We've even started our second YouTube channel for Patreons only. All right, let's talk a little Runemaster to end Dev Chat 93. Mike, take it away.
Are you able to speak about the vision for the Runemaster's general archetype gameplay loop, or is that still too far out? I don't think I should really talk about it much, just because I think that's the sort of thing that we'll want to like really have the language for be clear and finalized by people who are more intentionally being really ineloquent right now on purpose. Anyways, I think that it will be. I can say a little bit about it. It'll still be a mage base. So you're still a caster, right? Like you're someone who is you're studying and you're focusing on intelligence still. You know, like you're still crafting spells through arcane knowledge. This is not some major paradigm shift from a thematic standpoint. Possibly a little bit more zealous than the average sorcerer on that front, but nothing. Like you're still clearly rooted in a mage as the thematics. Complexity is a little bit higher in general. There's a lot of options, and whatever you just thought of, I guarantee there's more.